Robert the Ghost Guerrero versus Selcuk Aydin. Right now, sorry by the way if I butchered your name, I don't know how you say it. Right now we've got the former IBF featherweight champion and the IBF super featherweight champion Robert the Ghost Guerrero facing unbeaten Turkish prospect Selcuk Aydin. Aydin, however, does now live in Germany and is known as the Mini Tyson, so that should clue you up on his stylistic way of fighting if you don't already know through watching him. Obviously I'm going to give you a brief history on Guerrero. You know, Guerrero did start his career at 125 pounds where he reached the IBF title. In his first defence to Orlando Salido, he did lose this via unanimous decision. However, Salido tested positive for steroids. In fact, it was nandrolone, and that fight became a no contest. Salido is one of these guys who seems to get away with the benefit of the doubt when it comes to steroids, because later on he passed another test when he said, retest me, I will promise I will pass, and he did pass. So who knows if he was actually on steroids or if he actually wasn't, but he did fail a test, and that sort of suggests he was. Anyway, Guerrero won his title back and he defended it 3 more times, moving to 130 pounds or super featherweight if you want, where he won the IBF title in 1 match and then moved to lightweight. Since then he's fought Casamayor, who was finished. Don't get it twisted, he was finished, but he did get to drop Guerrero in the 10th round, and he fought Michael Katsidis, who was also finished, and it was one of the most obscure refereeing performances I have ever seen. That being said, I actually think Robert Guerrero is one of the best technically gifted boxers of this era. He is a great skillful boxer, and I think he can obviously bring that skill up with him. The only thing is, can he take a punch? Who knows? So anyway, he missed out 140 pounds after his fight with Marcus Maidana, a B-level fighter. Yeah, fell through. He moved to 147 pounds, and this is where he is now. I just want to say this, I'm not accusing him, but I'd be very, very interested in seeing him take that VADA test, going up so many weights, basically 25 pounds he's just put on. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying he is on steroids, I'd just be very interested in seeing him take that test. So anyway, this fight is basically his first fight in a year. He's fighting for the WBC interim welterweight title, and that is the number one contender to Floyd Mayweather. And we've got Aydin, who is the number 1 contender anyway. He's been the number 1 contender for over a year, since before Ortiz Berto won, so I hear. Going into the advantages, I'm going to clump them together. Height, reach, boxing skills and movement are all with Guerrero. We know this, that Guerrero's got great boxing skills. He fires out that jab, he can bring his backhand in, and he can repeat this over and over. He can add in a few uppercuts, a few hooks, and he can for the Mexican fighter, he can fight on the back foot. Mexican-American anyway. With movement, we do know that Aydin is good at cutting down the ring and closing down the space. However, Guerrero is a very slick mover. He can box on the back foot, and he can keep good distance between him and his opponent, and that's going to be very key in this here fight. So we've already set out how I think the fight's going to go. You're going to have Guerrero on the back foot and Aydin cutting down the space. He's going to be shooting out that jab, Guerrero, and constantly moving around the ring. He's probably not going to set his feet for the full 12 rounds, assuming this is a full 12 round fight. Last time I guessed one was a full 12 round fight, it was a 10 round fight. Well, what we do know is that the power is with Aydin. If you want to say he's like Maidana, I disagree. He's a lot more technical than Maidana. He's more Matisse than Maidana. This guy does have about a 70% KO ratio, and he carries his power throughout the fight. That is also something we can say is the same about these technical hitters, such as Matisse, and I also used to add Rios into that, but more recently he's just been awfully one-dimensional. See, Guerrero, we know, does not have great power. You know, he landed shots all night on Casillas, couldn't stop him. He couldn't stop or finished Casamayor, sorry. However, they both did manage to drop each other, so there is a degree of power there. We do know that speed will be with Guerrero, or we think it should be with Guerrero. You see, he is from a lighter weight, so he should bring that speed up with him, possibly. But there could be a problem with the bulk he's put on. Will that weigh him down? Will that slow him down significantly enough for it to not be a massive advantage in this fight? Somehow I've got a sneaky feeling, because he's had over a year to put this weight on properly, that he will have put it on in a better manner, in a manner that he can use proficiently. When we're talking about chin, we don't know. Aydin has never been down as far as I can see in his career, but then again he's never faced a world-class boxer like Guerrero. However, Guerrero has been down at the lower weight, and the question is, will the weight he's put on help or hinder his chin? And there's not many people who go up the weights and their chin just gets better and better. It's just not done. So now I'm going to go down to how I see the fight going, and basically this fight is going to go down in Guerrero's hometown, and he is the better boxer, let's not get that wrong, and for that reason I think this is his unanimous decision to lose. You see, Aydin is a very game underdog. He's a knack for dragging his opponents into a fight where they don't want to be. If you look at his record, he doesn't do brilliantly against boxers, except he always seems to drag them into a fight, and that's how he keeps winning. So that is where Guerrero does not want to be. He does not want to be standing toe to toe with this guy. He wants to do a very anti-con. He wants to move. He wants to just throw out that jab. Don't worry if you don't look good, if you don't look exciting doing it. Win at all costs. The main question regarding Guerrero, however, is some point he will have to taste Aydin's power. And then what happens? Does he crumble or does he take it? Now, the other question is, what will the referee do at this point? In the Katsidis fight, the referee would not let Katsidis work at all. Will the referee let Guerrero do what he wants, but not let Aydin do what he wants? I don't know. That's going to be a question for the night. That'll be something that'll obviously come up in the post-fight Prescott in the post-fight review I'm going to do. But yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be Robert Guerrero winning via wide unanimous decision.